Chapter 18 Wildlife. India has a diversified relief and climate. Similar diversity is seen here in the wildlife. The entire world, about 15 lakh species of wildlife are recorded, of which 81,251 species are found in India. Total 15 lakh species of wildlife in the world, 81,251 species are found in India. These include reptiles, mammals, fish, and other insects. Explorations continue to identify other animals found in different forests. India is at 8th position among the countries rich in biodiversity. Brazil, Colombia, Indonesia, China, Mexico, Peru, Australia are the 7 countries rich in biodiversity. Natural vegetation regions have been devised on the basis of their characteristics. Similarly, a spatial distribution can be made for animals. The wildlife of India is divided into 9 zones according to the similarities in their characteristics and their existence in any region. First one, Himalayas. Second, Ladakh and dry cold area. Third, forest cover in lower Himalayas. Fourth, highland without forest cover in upper Himalayas. Fifth, northern plains. Sixth, desert of Rajasthan. Seventh, peninsular plateau. Eighth, sea coast. And last one, Nilgiri hills. These are the zoogeographical regions of India. The diversified wildlife of India. The vast alluvial plains of rivers, peninsular plateau, mountainous region, swampy areas, that means marshy areas, sea coast, dense rainforest, deciduous forest, coniferous forest in Himalayas, and other higher regions form a vast background for the habitation of wildlife in India. These are the diversified relief in India. The animals seen are Asian elephant in peninsular rainforest, one-horned rhino in swampy areas, Brahmaputra River, snow leopards in higher Himalayas, wild goats and musk deer in Jammu Kashmir, wild buffalo, Indian bison, tiger in central India and West Bengal, gudkar, wild ass in Little Rann of Kutch, and flamingo in waterlogged Greater Rann. Presence of Great Indian bustard in the grassland area is noted again. In the waterlogged area, migratory birds from cold regions come down in great number. These include Siberian crane, pelican, Tibetan duck, kunj, karkara, etc. Flying squirrels are seen in the dense forest of Western Ghats. Nicobari dove is a rare bird seen in Nicobar Island. Rare species of corals are seen in the Gulf of Kutch and Lakshadweep Islands. Along with mammals and many types of birds, notice should be taken of king cobra, snakes, python, iguana also. Along sea coast and and the water bodies, various fishes, sea snakes, dolphin, shark, dugon, sea cow, octopus, whale, etc. form a part of animal world. These are the diversified wildlife in India. Wildlife and the need for conservation. While going through the past, it becomes evident that there is a danger to the existence of the wildlife since last few decades because of the human activity. Before 100 years, thousands of tigers were seen in India. As per the figures of 2014 given by Forest and Environment Ministry, the figure is 2226. Tigers have grown in numbers, which is evident from the imprints of their food taken during last few years. This is a good sign. Vultures are on verge of becoming extinct due to eating the meat which becomes polluted by diclofenac drug used in the treatment of sick milch cattle. Diclofenac is a drug for treating the milch cattle. So the vultures ate the dead bodies of these animals, so they become die. Leopards seen in the forest in the beginning of 20th century have become extinct from India. Once the Asiatic lions of Gir, which were seen even up to Middle East, are now restricted to Gir forest only. With the due steps taken for their protection, now their number is 674. Once cranes were seen in large number in Gujarat, but now their number is reduced. Wildlife is an inseparable part of the living organisms, but the decrease in their number somewhere and for some years reduces the quality of environment, which is a matter of concern. Shyam Garud, eagle, a resident of mountainous forest in Gujarat, is now rarely seen. Chilotro, seen in the forest of Vijayanagar Taluka, is rarely seen today. It's obvious that endless human greed and the run for progress have made environment imbalanced, which would bring adverse results. Still, there is time. If proper action is not taken, then the next generation would see the wildlife only in pictures, because we should conserve our wildlife. We should bother about the conservation of wildlife. Important national parks in India, you can see from the table. Kaziranga National Park, Assam. Main animals: rhino, wild buffalo, deer. Kanha National Park, Madhya Pradesh. Tiger, antelope. Gir National Park, Gujarat. Asiatic lions, leopard, chital. Asiatic lion only seen in Gir National Park, Gujarat, in the world. Velavdar Kaliyar National Park, Gujarat. Black pug, wolf, peacock, bustard. Keoladab National Park, Bharatpur, Rajasthan. Birds migratory and some local birds. Bandipur National Park, Karnataka. Elephant, bear, hog, wildcat. Dachigam National Park, Kashmir. Hamar, musk deer. Corbett National Park, Uttarakhand. Tiger, elephant, leopard and deer. Kaziranga National Park, Assam. Kanha National Park, Madhya Pradesh. Correct location. You can understand correct location from this map. Gir National Park, Gujarat. Velavdar Kaliyar National Park, Gujarat. Keoladev National Park, Bharatpur, Rajasthan. Bandipur National Park, Karnataka. Dachigam National Park, Kashmir. Corbett National Park, Uttarakhand. Dangers to wildlife. Question mark has been put against the existence of entire wildlife due to the human greed and development. In recent times, development, science and technology developed. Human greeds also increased. So the wildlife have some disturbances. On examining the reasons, it is understood that the wildlife has become unprotected as they have lost their natural habitat due to continuously decreasing forest. So deforestation is a big problem. Due to deforestation, the wild animals lost their natural habitat. Due to heavy grazing by domestic animals in the forest, they have herbivores are deprived of their food, which results in decrease in their numbers. Grazing by domestic animals in the forest, herbivores deprived of their food, which result in decrease their numbers, domestic animals numbers. It will deprive carnivores of getting their food. So these carnivores reach human settlements in search of food and attack animals. As they approach human settlements, situation of conflict arises between wild animals and human settlements. This conflict leads to the destruction of wildlife. Besides, their effects on pollution is also very adverse due to human activities. Due to the decrease in the forest area, the wild animals occasionally come with the human habitation. Human interferences in areas of wild animal results into clashes with them. In such incidences, wild animals become victim of human rage and lose their lives. In south and southeastern India, elephants coming to search for food create havoc, destruction in the agricultural fields. Incidences of injuring or killing them By leopards take place in Saurashtra and South Gujarat and by wolf in the forest of northeastern Gujarat. A precaution is necessary to prevent such disasters. What are the remedies to conserve wildlife? A long-term planning is necessary to conserve and increase forest areas. We shall have to be more dedicated to implement strong legal provisions and their strict implementation for the conservation of forest areas and wild animals. The government should be ordered strict implementation for the conservation of forest areas and wild animals. Various social NGOs, non-governmental organizations should give this a top priority and arrange public awareness programs. These problems should be included in the school syllabus and make the future citizens aware. So, this conservation, wildlife conservation, thought of wildlife conservation is included in the school syllabus. Before implementing any developmental project, its probable effects on environment and living organisms should be examined. Cutting of large trees outside the forest areas should be stopped because the hollow space within them and their branches are nesting place for birds. Ponds, ponds and wetlands which are necessary for migratory birds and for those which are habited near any water body should be protected. To manage the forest fire, and anticipatory planning should be made for patrolling and safety. What are the steps taken to nurture the wildlife? Let's see. Since early times, laws have been framed in our country to protect the wildlife. Laws were framed to protect wildlife in the time of great Maurya king Ashoka. Fundamental duties of citizens and directive principles in the constitution also include these things. Parliament has passed a Wildlife Conservation Act according to the recommendations of Indian Wildlife Board. In 2014, there were 503 sanctuaries, 102 national parks and 14 bioreserves. Of these 22 sanctuaries, 4 national parks and 1 bioreserve zone happen to be in Gujarat. Some protection schemes are planned for these species which are on verge of extinction. And these projects are Project Tiger, Lion Project, Hangul Project, Crocodile Projects, Rhino Projects, Snow Leopard Projects. Project Tiger. There was a time when Asiatic lions were found up to Iran in the Asian subcontinent. Due to hunting and the reduction in forest area, the lions are now restricted to Gir forest of Saurashtra Peninsula. At one stage, their number had gone below 100. In 1972, a project was started in Gir protect the Asiatic lions. As a result of this project and the timely taken steps, there are 523 lions according to the lion census held in 2015. In addition to this, there are other projects also. Major projects among them: Hangul projects for the rare species of Barasingha deer in Kashmir, Crocodile project for saline water crocodiles, Rhino project for the protection of Indian rhino and snow leopard project.